Hey guys, so I want to make this video on this passion fruit, which I'll tell you the story. The neighbor had planted it and it grew up the telephone post and it's kind of like landing in front of my house. So I keep on running out and picking them up. And these are really nice. These are like the purple variety. The other neighbor had like the yellow ones, which were pretty cool. So just a couple of tips. One is, ideally, you want to eat these guys when they're starting to wrinkle, like this guy. See that? That's when they're starting to get at their peak. Now, these guys have been getting a little bit of moldy, I've noticed, but I had one of these kind of firm, in between color ones, and they're still pretty sweet. So, they're pretty cool. So, just to give you a quick introduction on how to eat them, they can get expensive if you buy them at those specialty type of markets, although it could be really worth it depending on how you decide to use it. As you can see, I've had plenty and there's going to be plenty more coming through, so I might make some wine, some jam. I like to freeze some. We'll see what I can come up with to preserve them. I did want to make this gelatin with chia seeds. I kind of have that idea. Alright, so I'll give you guys some info on them, but first let's cut them up and show you what it looks like inside. Oh, so here's a seed, by the way. This is what the pulp looks like, and it has this kind of, see, it'll come out kind of attached, and I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. Alright, so here's our fruit. Pretty, like I said, you kind of want to cut them up when they're kind of wrinkled. That's when they're at their peak of sweetness. But before they start getting kind of mushy and moldy in certain areas, because then that can be gross. They don't ripe that well off the vine. They ripen just a little bit, but you really won't be able to get it like from green to awesome. You really want to pick them up when they fall off, which is when they're ripe. So these have been coming straight off the line onto the ground, and they've been all picked up off the ground. So I have a little serrated knife here. Basic serrated is kind of good. It has a nice tough skin. You can do a little sawing action and cut it up. Pulp is kind of stringy. I think a fork works really well. And then kind of dump it out. You can avoid getting a bunch of it on your board if you just kind of cut through most of it and then separate over here. And then you avoid losing the good stuff on your board. Here's a nice big one. Look at the size. Nice. Ah. And I know these are organic because it doesn't spray. And they've just kind of been growing kind of wild. So, there we go. I think the fork works well. It's got this little, all right, here, let me show you. It's got these little kind of teethy, grabby things. You don't really want to eat the outer skin. It's got no flavor. It's not like you can zest it and make anything out of it. It's got awesome healing properties. I'm going to go through that in a sec with you. Alright, so this is what I mean. You see? Since he hit the ground, that'll start penetrating, and then sometimes when I'm not sure of funkiness, I'll test it out. That's the soft spot. It did not make it through the white. You can see sometimes if it goes, the stain comes through here, it'll affect the flavor. These are really beautiful. Flavor is really nice. Yellow ones have a different, kind of different, you know, I guess when you see them side by side. Let's try one more. Just so you get an idea of yield. Yield wise, I mean, here's our pit and how much we have. It's like a 2-quart, 3-quart bowl on pulp. So it can get, the Endeavor can get a little expensive if you're going to make something really plentiful, because like I said, you don't get that much.